Hi, I'm Nemir and I'm the founder and president of Zensium, which is a wellness at work company. This little video is just to explain a little bit of the background behind that, to introduce us. I come from the background of architecture. I'm an architect, I trained as an architect and I worked for 12 years in both private and commercial settings in London and Dubai. And without exception, my experiences of the atmosphere inside offices was less than what one could wish for. The nature of the job obviously was very takes up a lot of time and effort, but within that there were always issues, negative issues coming up, personality issues, reactions to the way information was conveyed, rivalries, and in general, each person and their own, let's say, private affair with themselves of how they are and who they are, whether it was a healthy relationship or not, would impact on the work. I felt this personally, and it led me to think, well, this is not really the life that I want. Something's not happening here. To try and offset this feeling of not being satisfied, of not being happy, I would go to yoga, and I sought out teachers, various teachers, Sufi masters in Brazil, in Italy, in London, different kinds, yoga teachers in Dubai, and again in Italy, where I live now. Bioenergetic analysis with Alexander Lowe, and all these are openings into the complete human being in a certain sense, to bring understanding, because what was missing, I now realize, was understanding of true nature, of who I really am, and who you really are. Everybody is. So I moved into healing, one way, physical healing, just to deal with people's pains and, treating people. I studied Buddhist medicine, which is a very clear idea of what the world is and how we are. And then moved into, obviously you start treating people's, you realize that their minds are not healthy or clear, and that is also not helping the physical problem. And of course, the physical problem creates mental anxiety as well. It's all linked together. And then I started seeing how, where is this? I mean, I thought there were two things. One is that each person has a sort of set relationship, a set understanding of who they are, what is life, and what they should do. And that basically comes from the culture that we live, the modern culture. Most of us have that same idea. And it has its good points and its bad points. And the other thing is the work that the people do. The activity where they spend 8, 9, 10, 12 hours a day, what they're thinking about all the time, it's their effort, and how that is, the culture within that is impacting on them, often negatively. And as I started to treat people, what they say, higher up the ladder, I started to see that their problems were not worse, they were not better, they were worse. They get more responsibility, more stress, less time to relax, less freedom. You're expected to perform. So in many ways, quality of life was actually going down as quantity of remuneration or responsibility was going up. I say, well, but what are we here for? What are we trying to do? Is it not to have a good quality of life? So I said, well, you have to go to the cause. And as I said, the cause is our basic worldview a lack of view of ourselves, which comes from the culture we have, and the work, the way that same culture has organized work. And let's say it's moving into the right direction. Zensium is part of that to within the workplace resolve the issues created not just by work, but the worker or the employee has. So work is a healing place. Work is where you get healed and become happier in all aspects. And of course, behind that, from a business point of view, is your happier worker, is more productive, has more ideas, is not limited, has more self-confidence, is more engaged, is a resource that can be used to advance the company. So this is the idea behind Zensium, is to bring into corporate well-being, wellness, the ancient ideas, the way of thinking, the intuition, the insight of mostly the Indian mystical tradition, which gave birth to Buddhism, Zen, and the derivatives, yoga, which is not only Indian, but it's an opening onto a vital truth of your true power and invincibility of each of us. And how that our problems are problems of perception, not real problems. They may seem like that, but the way is there to, as it were, open the box and see the truth of the situation. At the same time, we treat the body for its aches and pains, for its blockages, its contractions, its compression. Open it up so that the energy flows freely. And work with the mind through meditation, through self-inquiry, through breathing exercises, to bring about true understanding. And that is 100% efficiency, 100% self-confidence, 100% understanding, 100% resilience and effectiveness. This is what Zensium is. It's the human resource is really opening it up to the maximum level that it could be. As we go through into the future, this is something which is happening anyway, mindfulness programs, meditation, helping people to relax, to play at work so that their intuition, their imagination, their full creativity is engaged at work, which is what we should have to thrive, to continuous abundance. Thank you very much. I hope you have a great day. Thanks.